Two movie stars, one dirty unit, $20 million that no one is supposed to know about. It's a good movie, but it's not a great one. So let's get into it. Miami, narcotic cops, a murdered captain, whispers of dirty money, and a unit where trust is already cracking. A movie with a killer hook, a setup strong, grounded, and instantly tense. You're dropped into a world where everyone wears a badge, but nobody feels clean. The idea of a team finding cartel cash and immediately suspecting each other is a solid crime thriller DNA. I love that the movie takes place in South Florida. Add Miami as the backdrop, or Hialeah, to be honest. Well, California. Those with a keen eye would notice that that's nowhere. The set is nowhere in South Florida. It's probably in California. I think it's in California somewhere. But kudos for still keeping the backdrop in South Florida. I like, seeing my city, my hometown in the backdrop. There's always a plus for me that makes me feel happy. You put that on paper, this should feel sexy, sweaty, paranoid, and dangerous. But the movie moves too fast to let the tension marinate. The pieces are all there, but the setup feels rushed, like it's eager to get to the next scene instead of letting suspicion really sink in. And we understand the situation, but we don't really feel it. Aside from the strong premise, immediate stakes, not enough time is spent letting the distrust rot from the inside. I mean, the setup is strong. This is the kind of setup that should have everybody nervous, especially you, the viewer. But it's not. It's just good. It's by the numbers. The pacing is where the rip starts to show its weak points. This movie never breathes. Scenes move fast. Information is not belched out, it's shown. But big moments arrive before they even earn their weight. You can almost feel the Netflix mandate at work. Hook the audience early, move quickly in case somebody's scrolling through their phone, which often doesn't work, however, it does here. That constant forward motion doesn't hurt the film, but it doesn't help it stand out from the pack. Instead of tension slowly tightening, the story jumps from plot beat to plot beat. Action scenes arrive on schedule, but they don't escalate emotionally. They just happen. And because of that, character moments get sacrificed, backstories, relationships, and internal conflicts are hinted, but rarely explored. This movie works because of Affleck and Damon still have that chemistry. It's just there. That's just history of them knowing each other for so long makes such an interesting dynamic, and it's just such a good tale. These guys are attuned to one another, they feed off of one another, and it makes such an interesting dynamic. That kind you can't manufacture, cast, or workshop. It's lived in, natural, effortless. They don't overplay the cop thing. There's no cartoon bravado, no bullshit. Just two guys who've been in the trenches together long enough to communicate with looks and smart dialogue. The trust is the backbone of the film, and ironically, it's what makes the story about distrust hit harder. Affleck brings the weight, Damon brings the urgency. Together they carry the movie. Even when the script rushes, even when the story skips emotional beats, they keep it grounded. Without them, this is a very forgettable Netflix crime drop. Maybe I'm wrong about streaming, but I'm not sure yet. That's just 2 for 2. With them, it's pretty solid, watchable, and it leaves you wanting more. They're the reason you finish the movie, even when it starts slipping. The supporting cast of The Rip is great. The characters, -2, are decently written and engaging. Steven Yeun, he's always gonna be Glenn to me. Teyana Taylor stands out as Detective Numa Baptiste. Scott Adkins as FBI agent Del Bryan, brother to Ben Affleck's character, is a welcome addition. He doesn't steal the movie or turn it into something louder than it needs to be. The movie surprise antagonists, trying to be vague here, are especially interesting on paper, and the groundwork is there for something far more complex. But it's alright. I felt that due to their position and how close they are to our heroes, it could have driven real tension, moral conflict, and genuine surprise. The movie's main theme is built on trust, partners, brothers, badges, and the lie that everyone's still on the same side. The movie knows this. It sets the pieces correctly. Cops who've been through hell together, loyalty tested by pressure, money, and survival. On paper, strong stuff. But when betrayal finally shows its hand, it lands soft. The reveals aren't shocking because the groundwork isn't deep enough. You clock where things are going before the movie wants you to, and when the twist arrives, it feels more procedural than painful. There's no real gut punch, no moment where you sit back and go, damn, that's cold. The betrayal works logically, but not emotionally. That's the gap. The movie goes for the jugular, but doesn't twist the knife. With more time spent building doubt, history, and quiet tension between characters, the turns could have hit way harder. While that keeps the energy up, it comes at a cost. There's very little time to sit with the characters, understand their personal stakes, or let moments land before the next plot turn kicks the door in. This is where the movie starts to feel like it's engineered for momentum over immersion. Scenes that could have added depth, relationship, internal conflict, the toll of the job are shortened or skipped entirely to keep the movie going. The result, a movie that's never boring, but it's also never quite as impactful as it could have been. At the end of the day, The Rip is a good movie, not a great one, not a forgettable one either. It feels like a film that sounded incredible on paper, great cast, strong premise, real world inspiration, but never quite finds the extra gear to elevate it into something memorable. The twist doesn't shock, the antagonist doesn't fully hit, and the emotional payoff is lighter than it should be. And yet, you can see the potential everywhere. The chemistry is there, the world is there, the characters are there. This isn't a home run, but it's a solid first at bat. I'm gonna give The Rip an average, and I mean that in the best way possible. It's entertaining, well acted, and carried hard by Affleck and Damon. This doesn't feel like a standalone story. It feels like chapter one, a foundation, the kind of movie where the sequel could be better than the original if it slows down, deepens the characters, and let the conflicts breathe. I'd absolutely watch a sequel. Have you seen The Rip? If you haven't, go watch it. It's pretty good. It's a really good movie. It's definitely worth your time. I would definitely recommend it. This movie definitely has sequel potential. I hope there's a sequel in the future. We need more of this world, more of those characters, more of this drama. I'm very interested in the dynamics between the characters, especially after The Rip, everything that took place in this movie. I would love to see the after effects of it, the friends close to them, the family members. Like, there's so much nuance there. There's so much that you can just dive into that can make for more interesting sequels. So, have you seen The Rip? Let's discuss. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and please don't forget what to do. Shout out to my boy at the Emmanuel Guzman for the track. Join me next time on Truly 10 Reviews, where we keep it real even when the movies don't. Until then, the phone's tapped, the truth is buried, grab the cash, and let's make it to the sunset. God bless, Jesus is King, and keep chasing your passions.